What's up YouTube, COD4Man221 here, and I'm here to answer the great questions you guys asked me in the video yesterday. So the first question I'm looking at here is, what would you do for a living if not YouTube? And that he loves the channel. Well, obviously I don't make a living off of YouTube. I'm just a small channel, and I really do it as kind of a hobby and for fun. But what I plan to do after college, I am achieving a history degree. I'm earning a history degree with a political science minor and also a international relations minor. So I plan to go into counterterrorism, possibly DHS, Department of Homeland Security, something like that. The next question is, will you play more Attila? And the question after that is, are you going to do an Empire Total War series again? So, basically, I'm going to make a video about that after. Basically, wondering, I want to do another series. We have Company of Heroes 2 on the channel. I did Total War for many years. Actually, that's how I really got started, was doing Total War commentaries. And those kind of fell away. I saw kind of a loss of interest from the audience on those, so Company of Heroes 2 definitely has a larger audience, I think, on my channel. There's a lot more active group than the Total War people. At least that's what I was seeing recently. So I want to put a video out saying kind of, give some 3 suggestions for series and have voting. Possibly another series like that on the Total War thing. Someone asked what are my religious beliefs, and he got a lot of hate for that question. I mean, it could be very personal as a question, but I've said it before, I think in one of my videos. I am a Christian. I'm not going to go into what specific Christian thing I am, what specific sect of Christianity I am, but I am a Christian, and I don't have a problem saying that. A guy asked, Machine Gun asked, what's my real name? And Harry Lightfoot told him Charles. That's true. Charles is my first name. The next question is, what's your favorite type of genre of music? I don't really have I guess I like country music. Now that's a very, some people hate country music, some people like country music, so I really like country music a lot. So that'd probably be my favorite genre of music. Someone said, where do you live at COD? I think it means college. My college is in Philadelphia. So I live in an apartment building there through the school. And the next question is, how come you never upload real-time COH2 gameplay? So, I'm focusing so much on COH2 in the game and talking with Lipton and Nick as we're playing that it's hard for me to commentate as we play. So, I have uploaded a couple of them, but sometimes the match it's just not good. Not because I lose or anything, but sometimes matches are just boring, and they go like an hour long. So I don't usually basically upload them live for that reason. It's kind of hard to play and concentrate at the same time for COH online when it's pretty fast paced, and that sometimes I don't even get good quality gameplay, so I have to scrap it. Anyway, the next question is, what got you into certain games you play? Now, I'm assuming he's talking about strategy. I've always liked history since I was a kid. That's what I'm majoring in college. And so I was like in 3rd grade. So I would say my friend actually introduced me to Rome Total War back around 06, 07. And I was able to get it for my birthday. And basically, that's what really launched me into these kind of strategy games. I've been playing Age of Empires 2 since 2002. I love that it was mixing history that I was learning about in school. In 3rd grade, we were learning about world civilization. We learned about the Greeks, the Romans, and the Egyptians. And I was just so fascinated with what came before me. And just that kind of love transferred into Age of Empires. That was where I got started really on strategy games. It was Age of Empires 2. Then it led to Rome Total War. And then the things I'm playing today. Total War, Company of Heroes. Next question is, what is your favorite Total War game in the series? That's really tricky. Now, I've actually watched videos that people have put out saying, the best Total Wars, going back, and I'm trying to think. I love Empire. Now, Empire, it's got a great map. It's a good time period. It has the Americans in it. It's like the only Total War with the Americans as a nation. I love Empire. I think that'd probably be my favorite. Now, obviously, Rome 1 was what got me into it. I have a lot of fond memories from that game too. But I think I played the most out of Empire. I beat almost every campaign in Empire besides the Ottomans and Maratha, and done a lot of those for YouTube. And they also have the Civil War mod, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not really quite sure. I definitely probably say Empire overall, and a lot of people hate it. Now there are bugs in it, but you can fix that with Darth mod. Another thing is upload some Rainbow Six Siege. Game looks great. Yeah, I'll have to try to get more on Rainbow Six Siege. I've taken a little bit of a break for it. I was beating Fallout 4, and yeah, I finally beat that game. I didn't get a chance to beat it before I went overseas, and a little bit disappointed. What's your top 3 favorite World War II movies or series? Keep up the good work. So, World War II movies or series. I loved Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers was awesome. The Pacific, which is like the newer version of that, which was in the Pacific, obviously, that was great. I'm trying to think. I watched a World War II movie a long time ago. What was it called? It was about these... There's been so many World War II movies I've watched. I'm trying to think of one specifically that that I really like. That's tricky. There was one about an Italian town where U.S. troops are basically forced to fight off the Germans. That's not... There's tons of movies like that. I will give you another series, though. So the History Channel came out with the World Wars, and that covers like 6 major characters like Churchill, Patton, MacArthur, and basically... And also they did Mussolini and Hitler. And they kind of showed them from World War I all the way to the end of World War II. It was like 8 hours, but it was very good. I own it on Blu-ray now. It was a pretty cool series. So those are probably like the Band of Brothers, Pacific, and that series is probably my favorite. Anything you want to tell us? I don't have any secrets. I don't. That's funny. So this other guy asked, "Do you have any habits?" I don't know if it's like he's talking about bad habits or just habits in general. I'd probably say everyone procrastinates. Sometimes I procrastinate, but I've gotten a heck of a lot better in college because you can't leave stuff to the last minute. What's your favorite faction in COH2? That, like, it shifts back and forth. Like, I really like the U.S. I mean, that's my country, obviously. And then I'd probably say on the other side between the Wehrmacht and the OKW, I think I like the Wehrmacht better. They just, I mean, the OKW is like the cool King Tiger and stuff, but the Wehrmacht is just classic, close enough to COH1. So the next person is asking, basically, how'd you get your name? This is a great question because my name is extremely long. It's actually spelled out. And so let's talk about, so back when I made this account in March 2009, yeah, it was March, because then, yeah, I uploaded November 2nd. Okay, so in March 2009, I made this username to watch YouTube videos, and I was loving, I was in, let's see, yeah, I was in 8th grade still. I was starting high school that fall. Damn, I'm old. Anyway, so, that was a long time ago. So, I loved Call of Duty 4 back then. I used to play that all the time. It was an absolute great game. So I said, you know what? I want to make myself Call of Duty 4 man, and then I needed some numbers, so I just put 221. Totally random. 221 has nothing to do with anything, but it's just there. So that's how I got my name. So I just, during the time period, Call of Duty 4 is amazing. I want to be the man at Call of Duty 4, and that's how I got it. But I gotta say, I think that hurts me. I wish I had changed to something else. I don't know what I would have changed it to, but it's like a brand. So, like it or not, like when you're a YouTuber, you have a brand associated with your name. If you have Call of Duty in your name, people are gonna think that you are a Call of Duty player. Now, I've done some Call of Duty on the channel, but it's not a major part of the channel. So it kind of, especially with how negative Call of Duty has gotten today, it really just shows that it can actually hurt you because things change. So maybe I should have done something a little more generic or not specific, like a certain game. I could change it to COH2 man. I could change my name, but it's on my machinima contract, and my license is from CA, Creative Assembly, for that. Favorite Total War campaign on the channel to date? I enjoyed the Civil War campaign. I think, one of the really cool ones I enjoyed, let me just pull it up here, I'm going to pull up the playlist here. I think it was an Empire one. I enjoyed, yes, the Napoleon Total War, this is Napoleon. It was the Napoleon Total War Darth mod, Great Britain. That's where I got really challenged. And that was a good one because, you know, I had to invade France like twice, and it was pretty fun. Let's see, anything else? I also like the Call of Duty World at War LP because it was with you guys. We had the death counter, and if I died twice on Hardened, I could add the next one on Veteran. Like, that was just a fun campaign. And then so I guess I'm not giving you an answer. I guess I'm giving you a couple ones I really enjoyed. Shogun 2 ones were always good. Yeah, I think that's the Civil War one, and probably the Napoleon Total War one as Great Britain were really cool. And the Total War Seleucid campaign, because that was a challenging campaign for that one. Okay, let's see. You should look at a game called Iron Hearts. That's coming out on D-Day. Now, sorry, Hearts of Iron 4. I have Hearts of Iron 3. We're actually going to get more into the EU Hearts of Iron questions coming up here. So, basically, he's telling me that I should take a look at this. I've actually taken a look at it, and it does look cool. Hearts of Iron 3 was the most complicated game I've ever seen. Okay, well, actually, Flight Simulator was probably one of the most complicated games I've ever seen. I did not understand how to do anything in that game. But I'm definitely be open to taking a look at Hearts of Iron 4. As a series. It's $60 when it comes out, though, I think. So I'll have to review it, kind of like look what people are saying about it to see. I'm definitely interested in Hearts of Iron 4. It seems to be a lot simpler than Hearts of Iron 3, so we'll have to see how that goes. Next one is, am I doing a Warhammer LP? And I'd love to see you do one. Keep making COH2 videos. So basically, when we were talking about history earlier, Warhammer is not history. You know, I like Total War. I get they're trying to kind of reinvent themselves, go in a different direction with this Warhammer stuff. But the only fantasy kind of things I like are Fallout and Star Wars. That's pretty much it. The thing I loved about the Total War series was the history and realism behind it. Now, you could say they're not perfect. There's a lot of historical inaccuracies in it. But they still put you in a civilization's shoes in a certain time period, and it's up for you to make your own history, and that's what I love. And I'll have to see about Warhammer. I'm not going to get it when it first comes out. I'm not pre-ordering it or anything. But it seems like a bunch of kind of fantasy factions, kind of like Game of Thrones, going at it with each other. That's just one man's opinion. You know, if you're into Warhammer, go for it. Another thing is, what do you think of COH1 versus COH2 in terms of gameplay? I didn't play COH1 that much online, but I thought it was great. COH1 was a lot simpler than COH2. But in terms of gameplay, I think COH2 probably has better gameplay. There's a lot more. First of all, it just looks better because it's a lot newer. They finally added enough factions to make it like real. Like it's not as boring anymore with the number of factions we have. But COH1 had a better storyline in my opinion, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. For especially the British and the US had a better storyline than what we got with COH2. Okay, we're coming to the last 3 or 4 questions here. I know it might have been I don't know how long this video actually is. It looks like we're at like we're at 7 something minutes. We're like at 7 or 8 minutes. So, what made me start YouTube? I started YouTube back in November 2nd, 2009 with a slideshow, pictures of Total War. And then I evolved onto, I already did a video about this. It was my 1000th video. And then I basically transitioned to my own screenshots, and then I went on to no commentary, then commentary. So what made me start was basically, I saw, a lot of people say this, but I saw Prince of Macedon do these Total War replays, and everyone has a little bit of inspiration. I know the thing that inspired Heir of Carthage also. So yeah, I basically started because of those guys. Well, not really. Heir of Carthage wasn't around back then, but really, Prince of Macedon inspired me to make my own videos after seeing his that were really good at the time. Okay, create your dream strategy game. Everything you want in a game, no boundaries, limitations. What would it be, and what would it be called? Smiley face, I think. Create my own strategy game. I would probably say that I would make a strategy game that would be Total War, like a Total War game, but you could start from Roman times and go all the way to whenever. Like I do like probably end of World War II. It kind of sounds like Empire Earth. I know some of you probably hadn't even played that game, but it sounds like that within a Total War setting would be completely awesome. You go through, like, you could play as the Saxons, for instance, start in like the Attila era. So you can start in the Attila era, and then you could conquer Britain, and you can slowly go through, you know, medieval times of the British, all the way through Empire and Napoleon, you know, and then you go all the way to World War II, and that'd be cool. I don't know what I would call it. Total War All Era. I can't even use that name technically because it wouldn't be a Total War game. That'd probably be my dream Total War game though. Total War All Eras, like just combine everything into one. I have no idea. That'd probably be a huge download. So another question is, any new games are you excited for? I would say, so far, I'd say only one game I'm excited for, and the name of that is No Man's Sky. That's kind of now that is kind of fantasy a little bit, but it's kind of like an open world exploration space game. So that looks pretty cool. You can basically hop to different worlds that randomly generate, and it seemed pretty interesting, and it comes out in on June 21st. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's the Total War, not really. I'm not looking forward to that. No big like console games. We already got kind of let down by Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront. Is a pretty big letdown. So I don't really, yeah, you know, in the fall there's all the new FIFA and Madden, all those kind of games I usually get. So but I'm not like I'm excited for this. It's just basically a roster update. And then the last question here, you guys asked, I think it was like 30 questions or something. You guys asked a lot of great questions. Is why don't you play EU4? I have played EU4 actually. I'll tell you how many hours I've actually played here of it. I have played approximately 202 hours of EU4. And if we compare that to Empire, Empire's 330. So I played a lot of EU4. Now the reason I don't post it on my I do like the game, first of all. Now the reason I don't post it on my channel is half the time I'm just sitting and waiting around for things to happen. You know, just fast forwarding and, you know, waiting for the research to finish, or I can't declare war for 10 years against someone, you know. It's so much of a slower paced game that sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I would even say while I'm recording this. So that's why I don't do EU4 on my channel. I've thought about it, but it's just not, I don't think it will fit. Now, Hearts of Iron 4 is of the same kind of category. It's made by Paradox, the same company that makes EU4. So we'll have to see with Hearts of Iron 4 if that's a little bit faster. And I think that's it for the Q&A here. And I'll keep my promise. Don't worry, we're going to put out another video today, basically talking about what kind of series I want to do. A second series on the channel. Will there be a Total War, or, you know, maybe Rainbow Six Siege or something else? And I'll leave the voting up to you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I'll try to do one every month. I know I keep saying that, but I actually want to do this. I love getting feedback and having a conversation with you guys, at least from the comments. Confirmat221 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the answers to your questions.